Good morning, afternoon, or evening to anyone watching. This is going to be a really quick pipe tutorial. I had some people ask me about the way I laid out my sprinkler system in my art greenhouse. So I'm just going to let you guys know a quick way to do this. Ooh, did I just... Yeah, I just picked my window up. Not what I wanted to do. Go ahead and put that back there. Alright, so what I've got going on is a greenhouse here. It's got two wide rectangle blocks and then or square blocks, and then it's got a line of the little triangle ones down the side. I found them to be a little more efficient for planting crops, just because they take up a small amount of space and it's relatively the same thing. So as the bigger square ones. So let's see here. What you're gonna need is the pipes, and you're going to need the straight one, the intake pipe. I don't really use the inclined one, the vertical ones, and the metal flexible pipes. And a tap for the water to come out. I don't like the way the metal ones look. I prefer the stone ones, so those are going to be ones I use. It's up to you whether or not you like the aesthetics, but I'm going with the other one. So, let's see here. Let me unfuck that first. Maybe I can't. This mod lets you change the layout of the frames around windows and stuff, and it makes it to where you can have really nice little window shapes. Right. Pick up. Now, what we want is one of these little spigots, and I want it to be able to cover these three sections. This one, and this one. So I want it to be mounted right here. Well, the problem is if you put a stick on, and I'm going to show you, that first they disappear, so it's really hard to place these fucking things. Alright. So the problem I have with this is when I put this thing on there, the open end right here is the spot the water comes out, and I want to run the pipes horizontally along this line. Well, if you put the pipes in, they start coming out this way, and it just gets kind of like ridiculous. So the way to fix that is to use these little cross beams here. So this helps ensure that your horizontal pipes are going where they should, and the pipes that go across this way are where they should be. So basically you want to make sure that this right hand tip is where you want the spigot to go. So I'll lay this right about here. Hold on. Make sure this thing's pretty straight. Just kind of walk my way over. I mean, it ain't gonna be perfect, but it'll be as close as you should probably want to get. I'll just stick a couple more down here to see if it takes a drastic turn left or right, and it doesn't look like it does. Alright. So now that you put this one down, we can install the vertical piping. And I built this one 3 high. Sometimes I do them 2 high, but 3 is decent if you want to do this quick and easy way. If you do it 2, you can't use this, and you just kind of have to guesstimate where you put stuff, and it becomes quite an ordeal. Alright, so we'll put this up here. Alright, and now water's going to flow out the front and the back of this little spigot. We go ahead and put our horizontal piping in. And we can add terminate on the end. Okay. Now this means all the crops are going to get watered, things will be good. Go ahead and remove these little ugly ones. Go ahead and fix this. This is gonna drive me crazy. There we go. Tidy it up a little. Go ahead and remove this, and remove this one. Now sometimes if you remove this one already, like the whole thing will come crashing down, and we don't want that. And we also don't want this ugly ass pipe just sticking out the hole. So there's a way we can kind of fix this. Build one of these vertical pipes and kind of stick it down to the ground here. One's actually left over. So go ahead and pick our pipe, and we're going to stick it up. I want to put it over here next to the building. It's kind of an unobtrusive place to put it. And I think I'll go about 3 up. Well, yeah, 3 is good. Now, this is where that adjustable piping comes in. There's a piece called the S-metal pipe flexible, and it connects nearby pipes dynamically. Now, a lot of people have trouble like putting these together, but the thing is you have to put the pipes you're connecting down first. You can't just put a pipe and then use the flexible one because it has nothing to connect to. So now that we have the pipe on the wall and the pipe over here, we can connect them. And it doesn't really matter too much how we're gonna do this. Oh, actually, you know what? That is ugly as hell and needs to be closer to the wall. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Not as tidy as I want it to be. Alright. And the user interface is pretty wonky in this game where you're trying to like place some of these little objects sometimes. So it might take a while for you to actually get them placed where you want. And if you're playing vanilla, it still works, but you have to really make sure you buy a couple extra pipes, or else, like, these things are just you're gonna have to destroy them and put them back up and whatnot. Okay, let's go up to right about there. That like it'll be alright. Then we use our dynamic pipe to connect those two. And this little green ball kind of shows like where it would connect stuff. Now, it's made a connection from the bottom and over here. This means we can go ahead and remove this little pipe here. And since this middle thing is connected to this wall pipe out here, means it shouldn't collapse. So we can go ahead and remove the dirty pipes down here that are making things look ugly. So now we've got pipes running around here. It looks neat and tidy. And we've got the little ball part of there going up there. It's kind of out of the way. And you can see where if I would have lowered it to this section of pipe right here, the top of that would be where it hooked into. So, alright. Now our water source is actually over here. And I'm just going to go ahead and start building pipe over to that section. What I'm going to do is do some vertical piping and then have it come up through this dirt if I can. Maybe. Let's see. This might be a better spot to do it. And really, you gotta play around with this to see if it even goes where, you know, you want it to go. That's not even connected. So yeah, pipes are a goddamn nightmare in this game, but be persistent. It also might help if you have something going on like this. It's maybe putting it through the rock. Nah, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. One of the problems about building shit on a cliff. You have to go through stuff. And then it's like, ooh, didn't want to do that. We can go through right about here. That holds up. Alright, that one looks like it connected. And I'm just gonna go down with that. Then you can do like some of the angled ones. I'll just kind of go straight out into the water here. Then you need the one called the S metal pipe intake, or any pipe intake, and that's the one you want to use to stick into the water. Alright, so now that this one's connected to the water, you'll see that there's a little blue line here. That means that water is flowing through this pipe area. This one does not have a blue line. It's kind of empty because there's no water going to it. So you just keep joining them together. And this right here is a good spot to use that, the dynamic one. Now you can see where it's joining the one on the right to the one on the left. I'll just put this little ball thing, like, kind of right down here. Don't need, well, we don't need that, but I'll leave it. So now you see that the blue line is extending all the way up here. And it's extending up here, so yay, I actually got it where it's supposed to go. Go ahead and run some horizontal lines neatly, kind of against the wall. Down. Really hard to see these things. There we go. Put another one there. Then we'll use another flexible pipe. Try and bend this over here. Alright. So this one actually clipped into the one that was underground. So you can build it and then pull the pipe over a little bit and then make it connect. You don't want to go up here. Like, I could remove this middle pipe, I bet. And this. See if it will connect with the one in the bottom. And it does. See, I've got a little mark on the right and on the left, and here it's not connected, but here it is. So we'll just tuck that into the bottom. And now we've got blue water running along the line. Add another one of these dynamic pipes. Like, there's a pipe on this side, and we're going to connect that one to this one if we can. Barely connects right there. I'm going to try to tuck that joint a little bit more towards the house. And now you take a look, and you see that the water's going up here. And on the inside, the water is running. Basically, on the other side, you can do the same thing. You just mark the spots, and then you join this side to this side. So what you would do is you would just throw another vertical one up there. And this sometimes it's easier if you just like put them against the doors. Like maybe right here. And then you can do like a horizontal one. Like across the door. or across the frame. Or you can just grab the dynamic tool and try to pull it from one side to the other. Doesn't look like it's wanting to go all the way over, but there we go. Alright, so that's kind of ugly. I mean, play with it, line your pipes up before you start putting the dynamic ones up, and you'll have a lot better results. So like, if I were to have placed the horizontal ones across the top, they would have joined like neatly from like right here to like right there. And then do your little shapes here. Plop this guy down. Go ahead, do your vertical pipe again. Put your thing up top. Then join him to him, using your dynamic piping. And that's ugly as hell, so maybe we won't do it like that. Point it up there. Like, come on. There we go. So that goes up there, and it looks less ugly. Alright, so that didn't want to do that. You will have to play around with it a bit to make sure you've got, like, the stability. You really have to walk into wacky directions to get these damn things to... Alright, that's ugly as sin, but whatever. Do for now. Yep, so that's what we got going on here. And if you want, there is a function in S Plus where I think you can hide some of the pipes. That's the wall. Come on, talk to me about the pipe. Give me the pipe. Okay. That one you can hide. And this one you maybe can too. Personally, I don't like to hide the things because I do go back in and mess around with stuff every now and then. But tucking things up here and out of the way kind of helps you if you do like building a lot, you don't accidentally destroy it where it's laying. So there we go. There's the watering thing there. That's it. Pretty simple, huh? Well, thank you everybody, and if you liked it, I guess like and comment or whatever it is people do that watch these videos. So I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.